boys are back.
After a month.
After a long absence, after the deletion of an episode, the deletion of everything on my entire hard drive, we are back. And we're here to talk for approximately 20 minutes. At most, I am not sure how to open this episode, apparently. Welcome to the Every Marvel Movie Ever podcast. I am your host, Gabe Thomas. With me, as always, is your co-host, Francisco Alcala. This is a podcast where we talk about every Marvel movie ever made. It feels good to do that intro again, I'll tell you that, because if
Even though the intro was very wrong.
Well, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck you. The hate is still here.
Also, fuck this movie, because it was really boring.
Is it a movie?
Barely.
Next week, Franny. Next week. Real movies. Forever.
Finally.
Forever. This is the last one, I think. Except Man-Thing, maybe. But that's technically a film.
This was like the lowest... It was the worst quality, but it was also like the worst way to end all of the not movie movies.
But it's kind of like we're paying for all our sins.
I mean, if we were paying for all of our sins, then Generation X would have been the last one, but that episode got deleted, so...
Everybody, can we all take a moment of silence for our Generation X episode? It was a good one.
Yeah,
I thought it was a really good one.
One of our best ones, and then it got deleted.
And so
Gabe's a fuck up.
Fuck you. Okay, if you haven't seen my Instagram, or I guess I should recap what happened. We watched Generation X. I took painstaking notes on Generation X.
It was terrible.
It was the worst thing we have ever seen on the show. We recorded the episode. We both walked out of that episode thinking it was one of the best episodes we'd ever recorded.
And then a day later, Gabe said it's all gone.
It's all fucking gone because my computer crashed and they had to wipe my hard drive and I have nothing. I'm starting from the ground up with this fucking computer.
Like, it literally, like, it wasn't like the episode's gone. Gabe was just like, yeah, the entire computer is gone.
So... that's what fucking happened. And we lost a Generation X episode. We'll see if I'm feeling lazy or not, but if I'm not, here is a recap of what happened in Generation X.
Because her body's so horrible.
Damn, nice beaver.
Make believe you're playing with yourself.
You snuck a few when you pulled her off me?
Mr. Donbury, you should buy the cocktail dress. You've got the figure.
Are you fucking nuts? That was the scariest thing I have ever felt in my entire life. I cosmically shit my fucking pants.
It's for special kids. It's for retards.
How would I drape? Sweet little sister of yours. Have you been circumcised? Hang on a minute, honey. I'm just gonna get my Barry White album.
It's terrible.
There's a lot of terrible things that were said in that movie, about 2 minutes worth, if I remember correctly. In comparison, this is less terrible as far as being offensive and horrible. So,
but more terrible for being extremely boring and confusing.
And in the shittiest, like, what's lower than for... Well, what's the
3?
Lowest... What?
You said what's lower than 4? 3.
No, you fucking idiot. What's lower than 440p, I was gonna say. It's like 140 or whatever
yeah,
is under
it's 140.
360, I don't know. Point is, 144, I think. But that is what we fucking watched this movie in, basically.
It's in the worst quality possible It's on a burned disc.
It was ripped from somebody's TV.
In 2004.
Even though it aired in 1998.
So apparently they were showing this movie on Fox Tuesday Night Movies or whatever it was.
I guess so, but I think it's somebody's VHS. You know what I think it is? My master theory. Somebody ripped this when it was on VHS, and so, like, of the night it broadcast, and then somebody put that VHS in and ripped it to a DVD. I think this is a double rip that we watched. Because
that would
it had,
explain why the quality is so shitty.
And, I mean, somebody edited out, like, the commercial breaks and stuff, but it does end with, like, oh, here's what's up next, and it's Friends.
A news report
about a serial killer. Welcome back,
followed by what was it? It was a celebrity. Remember?
It was Howard Stern.
Yeah, there we go.
And there was no audio on that.
Yeah,
we didn't
it was
get to
silent
hear anything about it.
And then the screen went blue, and Gabe wanted to sit through the entire thing because the disc said that the movie was 2 hours long, like exactly 2 hours, and the movie was only like an hour and a half. So it was the commercials for what's next, and then a blue screen for half an hour, and Gabe wanted to sit through the entire thing.
Because I didn't know it was going to be a blue screen. I was positive there was more after that.
He thought that there was more to the movie.
There wasn't.
I knew that there wasn't, so we fast forwarded
Yes,
through 30
Franny,
minutes
you're
of a blue
very
screen.
smart. I definitely
Because it
would
makes
watch that whole
sense.
thing. Oh no, we're recording this in stereo and it should be in mono. Okay, well guys, if this episode sounds weird, it's because you're only listening to it with one earbud. So put the other earbud in, because if you're listening to this, I've just realized we were recording this in the worst format to record podcasts in, but we're not restarting. So, sorry guys.
That's what happens when you wipe your entire computer.
I can't put in.
probably had a virus on
I can't
it.
put it. Oh, I definitely did. Remember every episode we did when it said I have a virus?
Yeah.
Turns out I guess I had a virus. It's not from stealing all those movies and comic books for like years.
Probably not,
No, not at all. I would never do that.
because that's illegal.
That's illegal, and I would never admit that on a podcast that could be heard by anybody. We haven't even talked about what we watched this week.
Because there's nothing to talk about.
But we haven't said the name of what we're supposed to be talking about.
We're talking about Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
From 1998, starring David Hasselhoff.
Yeah,
I have
fun-
trivia.
fun
Don't
fact.
worry.
He thinks that his Nick Fury is better than Samuel L. Jackson's Nick Fury.
Well, that's what he said in an interview.
That's not the case at all.
Nope.
No offense to him, but Samuel L. Jackson's Nick Fury is way better.
Well, Samuel L. Jackson is an actor. David Hasselhoff was hired for Baywatch because of his looks, and his looks had gone away by 1998. This was released May 26th, 1998, on Fox, as we found out every 5 seconds. In fact, constantly, because there was the
Fox movie night.
There was the Fox logo in like the bottom right corner because this was ripped off of Fox. But also, whenever it would come back from commercial break, it would have it would say like
Tuesday movie night
on Fox or whatever. And then at one point it flashed TV PG
Yeah,
for violence in the corner. And so
and it only showed up one time.
and I think we need to also establish that there's a very certain way that we usually record these episodes. That's not what we did tonight. We watched this movie about 10 minutes ago, like how we usually watch like a new MCU movie or whatever, and then we come here and then we just talk about
So
it.
usually Gabe watches them on like Friday, and then I get them on Saturday, watch them Saturday night, and then we record on Sunday.
Yeah.
It's
Saturday.
It's 6 o'clock on a Saturday, and we just watched the movie. So pretty much everything
It's the
about
first
this
time
episode
we've
is
watched
fucked.
a movie together, so I think we are very aware of each other's thoughts because we were there.
Yeah.
And usually I would have like 30 pages of notes. I have nothing except the trivia.
And I have nothing, like always.
Great. This is a great show. We're really professional.
We're the most professional.
I mean, it's not like we just went away for a month.
it's not like we're recording in the wrong format or anything.
Put your other earbud in.
Please.
What do you think the budget was?
Like $2?
$6 million.
Jesus Christ.
16% on Rotten Tomatoes. 3.7 on IMDb. This
Not
was
surprised at all.
directed by Rod Hardy, who has been nominated for Golden Globes and Emmys. He's worked on The Mentalist, he's worked on Dollhouse, Burn Notice, Battlestar Galactica, and The X-Files.
What did he work on before this?
Uh,
Look, early in our careers, we all mess up somewhere.
this is our mess up. This
Exactly.
podcast right now. People are gonna look back on this and be like, "We're not hiring you guys." I'm sorry.
Never.
You said a lot of really weird things about Bryan Singer.
You said a lot of bad things about
Our movies.
everybody.
Yeah. You know who I'm about to say bad things about? The writer, David S. Goyer. David S. Goyer, Franny,
Is a bad writer because he wrote this movie. And
as
it's
we're
terrible.
about to find out in like the next bunch of movies that we're going to watch on this podcast, is a name that we're going to be hearing a lot.
Oh God, are they all
Because-
written by this guy?
A lot of them are.
Oh, no.
He wrote and he co-wrote all of these, so I think he's a hack. I think he is just
Maybe?
because like a lot of these he's co-written, and a lot like there's some great ones on here, but then there's some bad ones on here. It's kind of like Simon Kinberg, who he like wrote X-Men Last Stand and Dark Phoenix and stuff, but then he also wrote like the Star Trek remake, which was pretty great, and like a lot of so it's weird. It's like, oh, is he good or is he bad? I don't know, but I think David S. Goyer is a total hack. He co-wrote the Dark Knight trilogy. Great, but then he also co-wrote Batman v Superman and Man of Steel. He co-wrote Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance.
Bad.
He co-wrote the Blade Runner. No, he didn't. Sorry. I'm fucking losing it. Oh my god. It's a lot late. It's not late, but it's later than we usually record, and we haven't had any time to actually process our thoughts on this.
And it's hot
This
in
is
this shed
insane.
like always.
Yeah, in the shed. It's hot in the shed where we record. Okay, he co-wrote the Blade trilogy, Dark City, Demonic Toys, The Crow City of Angels. So those are all the movies that he wrote or co-wrote or whatever. He's directed one of these movies, and I want you to guess which one.
Is it a good one or a bad one?
It's a bad one.
Oh, okay. Then
Do you want a refresher of what they were?
Sure.
The Dark Knight trilogy, Batman v Superman.
Just give me the bad ones.
Batman v Superman, Spirit of Vengeance, Blade Trinity, Demonic Toys, The Cursed City Angels.
Was it Cursed Toys?
It was Blade Trinity.
Oh, God.
Also, it's Demonic Toys. You idiot.
Well, fucking whatever. It's
Demonic Toys versus
Evil Toys.
I think he also directed Puppet Masters, which is one of the Puppet Master sequels. He didn't write the first one, I don't think. So yeah, it aired in 1998 on Fox. But then it was released on DVD by Best Buy, exclusively at Best Buy in 2008. And that's clearly not the copy I have.
Yeah.
I got it from like some shady guy at like LA Comic-Con one
for like
year.
$100.
Not for $100. It was pretty.
It was $200.
It was, I paid $800 and a kidney for this goddamn movie, and I'm fucking proud of it. So Canon Films, who I think we've talked about before, I know they were going to do a Spider-Man movie in the 80s. I can't remember. I don't think they put it. Maybe they put out Punisher or something like that. But they did definitely put out the Masters of the Universe movie and all the Death Wishes. They were going to make an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. movie, or maybe Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., I don't know, in like 1985, 1986. And David Hasselhoff, he was on an episode of Baywatch Nights with Sandra Hess, who very loosely plays Viper.
And who also has a kind of weird face, in my opinion.
But can we first talk about the Viper thing? Viper in the comics, I think she's a mutant, and she like she has the weird like poison ivy, poison kiss thing, because it's Viper, it's snake viper, venom or whatever, and so
because it's funny.
It's funny, and then she also has like sheds her skin and stuff. And you guys would probably know her from the 2013 Wolverine movie, The Wolverine, which I think is pretty great. And so she's in that. You know, she's just the blonde snake lady who actually does Viper stuff, unlike in this.
Who was actually a snake.
He was actually a snake.
You look like a snake!
But yeah, none of this is fucking nothing. It's just some lady who is the daughter of Baron von Strucker, and you would remember Baron von Strucker from Winter Soldier and Age of Ultron. How does the movie start? The movie starts, they're raiding Baron von Strucker is like cryogenically frozen. They unfreeze him or something.
Look, just a warning now, we have no clue what the fuck happens in this movie.
We don't know while we were watching it.
It's a whole lot of nothing, and the
Yeah.
stuff that does happen is really dumb and has no context, so it's gonna be pretty loose this week.
What's some, because I think our format, it'll be more structured than this because we'll be watching actual movies, but this is actually probably a good introduction to the format we're going to start trying to do, where I'm not going to start taking 30 pages of notes because I've seen all the other movies.
Basically, we're not doing summaries of the movies, we're just saying what was good and what was bad.
Yeah, and just general thoughts and stuff.
Because we're assuming that you've seen these movies.
And if you haven't, watch them. And also,
they're actually
there's going
probably
to
gonna be good.
spoilers in all of them, so...
But that should be obvious when it's a review.
Yeah, I know,
of.
but I think sometimes...
Are these reviews?
I guess they're reviews. We rate them at the end.
I guess. They're like the most loose
They're
review
rambling
possible.
until we give it a score that we don't care about. But, like, whatever. It's fun. Hopefully. I hope that you guys are having fun. We having a lot of fun, especially talking about this fucking nonsense movie that we haven't even actually gotten into yet.
After 15 minutes.
I guess we could just turn it off now.
Thanks for watching, I guess, or listening, or whatever.
Oh, wait. I mean, I guess we do have to talk about when Nick Fury takes his eyeball out and it's a bomb.
Yeah, I guess we could start with that, because that's the most absurd thing in this whole movie. Actually, it's probably the second most absurd thing. The most absurd would probably be the Third Reich thing.
You know, I'm gonna read the fucking plot to you guys on Wikipedia. That's the layer of professionalism this week.
Wikipedia clearly understands the movie a lot better than we do.
And so we're just gonna give you the plot, and then we're gonna talk about weird shit.
Yeah, we have no clue what the plot is. It's something to do with Strucker and Viper.
I just looked up Wikipedia.
So something to do with. We were pretty sure they were trying to blow up the Twin Towers at some point.
That's our theory.
I mean, they did have rockets aimed straight at the Twin Towers.
But they never said it.
They never said it, but every single shot they showed with the rockets had the Twin Towers in them.
Rockets.
What?
You know, that's how, like, you spin me right round. That's how that song starts.
Is it?
Rockets!
Yeah, it just goes rockets, and it's like do. It's like, why is that fucking? I think it was part of like the last track, but it's on that track, and I don't fucking listen to the rest of that.
Weird.
Is that song like
Alright.
Dead or Alive or something? See, look, it says 2 hours and fucking.
Well, clearly we're the only people on Earth who have ever seen this movie.
I
other than
literally
the guy
think
who
we
sent
might
you
have
it,
been.
So.
I saw in IGN review, and
Of
it was like,
this?
yeah, and it was like after 2000. It was like right after Iron Man came out, and they were like, if you saw Nick Fury in the post-credit scenes of last week's Iron Man, here's his first on-screen appearance. And so
Remember when people didn't know who Nick Fury was?
Instantly dating that. Although I think the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Oh, fuck, it's hot in here. The Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. are Fury and his Howling Commandos. Like, those were fucking huge when war comics were big. Here you guys go. This is just me recalling it from my memory.
Totally.
Not
reading
anything
it from
else.
Wikipedia.
No. Agents of the terrorist organization Hydra. So yes, Hydra's in here.
Even though I think they're mentioned like once.
But they do have the logo.
Yeah, they do.
The S.H.I.E.L.D. logo's right. The Hydra logo's right.
Those are probably like the only two good things about the movie.
There's a line I like when they're like, "Oh, there is no shield against the Hydra." It's fun. It's cool.
Yeah,
it's a cool little comic book line. So they kill somebody named Clay Quartermain, who's just like the S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, and they revive cryogenically preserved Baron von Strucker. They go up to Nick Fury, he's just chopping
lives in a
wood.
cave.
He's chopping wood. And, like,
No, he's
this,
not chopping wood.
Oh, sorry. He's hitting a stone wall with a pickaxe.
There you go.
In like this mine shaft in the Yukon, and he sorry, not Yukon, what the fuck am I saying? Oh my god. And he's approached by Alexander Pierce, who you would know as being Robert Redford, aka the villain in Captain America the Winter Soldier. That was weird when he fucking showed up.
But then he wasn't a villain.
And this other chick who, she's working for S.H.I.E.L.D. Fan service. She's a woman working for S.H.I.E.L.D. She's working around the clock. Fan service.
How long is she working?
Fan service. She's working...
From what time to what time?
5. It's working 9 hours a day. It's a pretty good shift for Annie. And so they're like, "Oh, Nick, we need you to help take down Hydra." And working 9 to 5, motherfucker.
Working 9 to 5.
I hate my life and job.
That's how you know we're back.
We're back, baby. Oh God. Okay. So fucking glad I got that out of the way. I mean, I love it. It's great. We'll make T-shirts. It's
we'll get Dolly Parton to sign off on the likeness.
I feel like how fucking like Mike Myers or somebody must feel when somebody's like, "Oh, Shagadelic, baby." Yeah, and it's just like, "Oh, my catchphrase. I hate my own catchphrase." I don't hate it. It's fun. I enjoy it when it's creative.
You just hate it because I've started going along with it.
No, I enjoy it, and I've gotten like messages about it that are like, "That's a good bit," and also you fucking blew out my earbuds. You owe me $12.
Do you not edit it down?
No, that's like the one part I just put at fucking
that's
max
good.
volume.
That's good.
Oh yeah, don't worry. People are like, "Yeah, I really like the show, but that Dolly Parton bit's a bit loud." I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's the fucking point."
You should just start.
No, I love you all. I'm sorry. That was me.
Instead of saying it, you should just start playing the song, but every week it gets progressively louder.
I don't think it can possibly be louder. I think you would fucking kill yourself. It is fucking loud when I edit it. But anyway, so there you go to the S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarrier, which doesn't look bad actually. I mean, I guess it's because there was $6 million behind it.
That was
but
probably
it's
where all
not.
the budget
It's
went.
not that bad looking. Like it's fine.
It
Like,
works.
Credit where credit's due. It's
Even
fine.
though you thought it was like a UFO or something.
Yeah, oh no, I thought the Quinjet was like a space shuttle or something, but it's so like I was expecting it to be bad. I guess he reunites with his friend Gabe, which was weird. Does that like weird you out when your name is in a movie? Like,
no, because my name is never in any fucking
I guess
movie.
so. I'm glad my name isn't like Chris or Tom.
Unless
or
I was
something, where
watching
see
like
it
a
all the
soap
time.
opera or something, my name is never gonna come up in a movie.
Yeah, I guess not. Yeah. That's not standing.
No, not at all.
Anyway.
Unless you want to get destroyed by everyone on the internet.
I'm sorry, I have very healthy views about all people of different sexualities and genders and cultures and religions.
Sure you do.
I'm so sorry. I'm not keeping that in or this, because I went for the
That'd
cheap
look
joke.
great.
No, that's not good. Also, apparently up there is Dum Dum Dugan, who people would know as the mustachioed, bowler hat wearing Howling Commando. He's in the first Avenger. He's like the one recognizable guy. You'd know him if you saw him. I think he's gonna be on What If. Apparently, he'll show up. Yeah, that character that nobody
what if he was
remembers.
Captain America instead.
Yeah, probably. Ooh, it'd be cool. What if, do you remember in the first Avenger? The first Avenger is a great fucking comic book movie. I get my up to it every night. Ha ha ha. Do you remember the first Avenger when, like there's like that bully that like Tommy Lee Jones is like, oh, he should be Captain America because he's strong, he's a soldier or
What
whatever.
if he was Captain America?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking they might do it. Like, what if if Captain America was like
What if
picked
Captain
as
America
this
was
like
not Captain
army
America?
bully? Yeah, well, pretty much. Like, I don't know. I feel like that could be a fun thing. to
What
do.
if Captain America was an asshole?
What if he was an asshole? Well, he was a Nazi that one time.
Hail Hydra.
Hail Hydra.
Didn't he become Red Skull? I think I bring this up every time we talk about Captain America.
You do love that story where Captain America became Red Skull.
Because it's so dumb.
I've never read it. I don't know if that's a real thing. I know Captain America once tried to eat his shield, and I knew he once became a werewolf called Capwolf, but I don't remember.
Comics are dumb.
Yeah, I love him. Nick Fury, he's introduced to telepath Kate Neville. I could not have told you that was her name.
I couldn't have told you that there was a telepath in this movie because I forgot, except for that one time with all the stock
But also,
footage.
she's not like a telepath. Like, she has like neural, like
She can read
neural
people's
implants.
minds because of implants.
Yeah, so it's not like.
And also, Nick Fury looks at her chest when she says implants, and she says, "Not those kind of implants."
You caught a lot of jokes that, like, most of this movie. I think I was.
Because I was actually paying attention.
I
to
wasn't.
Most of it.
I wasn't. I was paying attention in the last half. I think we traded off a little bit.
Yeah, we did.
'Cause, like-
you started to pay attention in the second half, and I was paying attention to the boring first half.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe that's why I stopped paying attention
So
because the whole movie's so boring.
Yeah, I just got the fun stuff. Like, the first part, I was just like, oh my god, David Hasselhoff has weird teeth. Oh, that guy has weird teeth. She has weird teeth.
Everyone has weird teeth in this movie.
Yeah, it's probably.
One guy looks like he has
He has,
wooden
like,
teeth.
gingivitis.
Yeah,
or
he has like
whatever.
weird gaps between his teeth, and they're huge.
Yeah. Okay, I couldn't have told you this. The guy with the huge teeth, he's like
He's the director of S.H.I.E.L.D.
He's the new S.H.I.E.L.D. director because Nick Fury was, but now he's like a colonel or whatever. And so he is developing a life model decoy of Nick Fury. In the comics, Nick Fury constantly has LMDs, life model
That
decoys,
scene is
all the time.
fucking disgusting.
It's like a metal skeleton. It's like
It's
it's
like
like
metal.
a,
It's like pitch black.
but it's like the T-800s in Terminator almost.
Yeah,
But
Speaking
then
of T-800, Arnold looks really good in Mortal Kombat 11, even though it's completely unrelated
but
to anything
it's
Marvel.
the wrong Arnold.
It's still Arnold, and he looks really good.
Yeah, but like it's like Terminator 5 Arnold.
Yeah, I don't know
Like
why.
I would have gone with like young 1991,
Yeah,
like Terminator 2.
But I guess it's easier to just use how he looks
I guess
now.
so. Yeah, that's probably true. It's just it's weird because like that's the Arnold from the bad Terminator.
Yeah, it's
movies.
weird, but he looks good, so it's fine.
Yeah, but sorry, I won't keep butting you. I'm just saying it's gonna be weird to watch him fight the Joker.
Tear apart the Joker? Tear
Yeah.
apart anybody?
And I'm really hoping that if he fights the Joker, he'll make a Mr. Freeze joke.
Cool party.
I wonder how they got Arnold Schwarzenegger to agree to get ripped apart by every Mortal Kombat character ever.
Oh, he's gonna have some cool fatalities. He's definitely gonna go, "You're terminated, fucker." That's not how he sounds. Whenever I try to do Arnold Schwarzenegger, it's just Louis Armstrong.
I mean, they're close enough, I guess.
Yeah, I would love to
Except
hear.
for not at all.
I'd love to hear Arnold sing "It's a Wonderful World" or whatever.
I'd love to hear Arnold's impression of Louis Armstrong.
I'm sure he's done it.
I'm sure he hasn't, because that's really weirdly specific.
They're both from Austria.
Are they?
No, what the fuck? And so they're like, they see a recording of fucking the guy, the S.H.I.E.L.D. agent who dies in the opening, who's killed by Viper. They see a recording of his death, and it's different
weird-
than when we saw him die. She says a different
she says
thing.
so much more. And also they do a weird zoom in of her brother in the background.
Oh my God.
He has such a weird face.
It's like in Blade Runner when he's doing like the zoom in and enhance. Exactly. They're like, oh my god, that was Von Strucker's daughter and his son or whatever, and he was taken to like harvest this weird pathogen that's known as the Death Heads virus, which it's just your average fucking super virus, and I think somebody says it makes Ebola look like the common cold.
Yeah,
It's
they
probably
do.
not okay. And so it was developed by Arnim Zola, who you would know as the computer man in Captain America the Winter Soldier, and just as himself in Captain America the First Avenger.
The computer guy in the
But
computer.
in this, he's like an old guy with cancer. I mean, I guess it would be like that. He would be like that after being alive since World War II, doing a lot of weird Nazi stuff around cancerous fumes. Or whatever, fuck. So they learn that Zola's still alive, and he's being kept in like a S.H.I.E.L.D. safe house in Berlin. Fury and his lady friend, they're like, oh, we're going there. And we were once together 5 years ago, but then I was a real recluse, and I cheated on you, and you cheated on me, and that was
and then you lived in a cave.
I lived in a cave just
you
hitting a
played
wall
Minecraft.
of stone with a pickaxe. There's bees in Minecraft now. Have you seen them?
Yeah.
We should just talk about the moment where they're like fucking walking through subways and then
they get chased by the weird
morph suit guys.
No, it's not the weird morph suit guys. It's the weird like pale people with the sharp ears that I said looked like one of the people from Thundercats.
Yeah, you're probably right. They look kind of like
they look like Nosferatu kind of.
Yeah, Count Orlok, Franny.
Okay,
God.
fucking whatever.
Fucking
old vampire guy.
Nerd, yeah. Yeah, they do look like that. You're right. He kind of looks like
but they have
fucking,
cool shades.
There's like a guy on. There's like an episode of Buffy. I think it's the episode where like everybody goes mute or something, and then there's like those guys. I think they're called the Gentlemen or something. They're basically Slender Man. But pre Slender Man. Oh fuck.
Before they get chased by them in the subway, remember when one just fell down the stairs?
No, I do remember when they go to platform 9 3/4. That one run through a fucking wall.
Oh god. That was awful. I was so confused in that entire scene because
I was in the other room.
Yeah, you were in the other room. So I don't remember why, but one of them just falls down the stairs.
Okay, I don't remember.
I don't remember what building it was, but they just fall down a lot of stairs, and then he just kind of collapses, and then they end up going down the subway, and then they're walking on the subway, and then they get chased by the weird vampire people, and then they run through a wall.
Oh, also, I'm gonna forget this, but since you said weird vampire people, later there's a bit where Nick Fury incorrectly describes a vampire. He's like, I'm gonna get that vampire and suck the blood out of her neck. If she's a vampire, why are you sucking the blood out of her neck, you fucking idiot?
Should we get into him being poisoned and then the
blood
thing?
When does that even happen? Oh, Viper does it.
Yeah, okay.
And she's like, oh, he's like, because she does the poison ivy kiss thing, and then later he gets the scan by my homie Gabe,
and they're like, you have 48 hours to live, and there's no antidote. And then
he says that it's like tree frog venom.
Yeah.
Don't you hate when you're making out with your girl and then you find out that you've been poisoned by tree frog venom?
The most powerful of STDs?
Yeah, I guess. How did she get that? Did she, like, take it from a tree frog, like Jabba the Hutt style, and just, like, eat a tree frog?
He gets tree frog poison, and then they say there's no cure, and then immediately after they say that if they can get a sample of Viper's blood,
cure.
They can reverse engineer it to become a cure for his tree frog poison, and then he says he's gonna suck it out of the vampire through her neck, but that's not how human vampire relationships work
unless it's like True Blood, in which case everybody's sucking everybody's neck, because that show is just fucking.
It's literally just vampire porn for 8 seasons.
And that's okay. It's better. It's at least it's more interesting than the Vampire Diaries or Rosemary.
Now that I think about it, isn't every show on HBO just like,
it's just porn but then dragons?
Yeah, it's
or
like
porn but then vampires.
It's porn and then weird fantasy stuff.
And you know what? That's okay.
Yeah, if that's what you're into, then go ahead.
I'll take it.
Even though the internet exists and you don't need to watch HBO for it.
There's a funny video from like 2005 or like it's like an MTV Cribs or something, but
God.
it's Eminem, I think, or like it's some rapper and he's like, oh guys, check out my porn room, and then the guy, like whoever's hosting, is like, you know that there's like porn on the internet, right? Like you don't need all this stuff, and he's like, what? so I think I'm not going to keep this in because I don't want to make this connection, but there's like an episode of Family Guy where Quagmire discovers
I know about that.
Internet porn. So, but that reference makes me sound a lot dumber than MTV Cribs.
Makes you sound a lot more uncultured.
Yeah.
You don't want to sound like the biggest Family Guy fan that you are.
I'm not at all. Seasons like 4 through 8 are pretty good, and that's fucking the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's literally just trying really hard to be offensive.
Those 4 seasons are pretty good, though. I think
those
are
4
solid.
are pretty good.
But it doesn't make up for the other fucking 20 seasons or however many there are.
Where it's just like animals being tortured and
what
people
if
being tortured.
What if Tom Cruise fucked a baby or whatever?
Yeah.
That's like every joke.
Family Guy's awful. I don't know why they're still making episodes. Remember when they tried to kill Brian and then they
they hit him with a car, but then they went back in time the next fucking episode to bring him
because
back?
everyone hated it.
I think that's when I stopped watching. After that, I was like, fuck you. Like, that's not anything.
I stopped watching before then because it was already dumb. Remember when there was a Simpsons and Family Guy crossover?
I liked that.
And then
I thought that was kind
Peter
of fun.
Griffin and Homer Simpson fought each other, and then they got superpowers.
They did the chicken fight.
Yeah.
That was fun. I enjoyed that.
But it was
still
still kind of dumb.
Oh, of course it was dumb, but like I remember. Well, I mean, I remember enjoying that like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I remember enjoying it when it came out because I haven't seen it since.
Yeah, I didn't watch any of that when it came out because I was always like, oh my fucking god. I'm pretty sure my mom was like, no, it's gonna rot your brain. She said
And
the
it
same
would.
thing about SpongeBob. Like, I was never allowed to watch SpongeBob.
Well,
as a
there
kid.
was like news reports about that.
Yeah, like that was probably.
I'm
a
sure
real
that was
thing.
true because that show is like borderline brain dead.
I don't
but
think I've ever seen an episode of SpongeBob all the way through ever. But
the
also,
early seasons are fine.
we can bring this back because no, like what I've seen of it since I kind of like. But I'm glad I didn't watch it as a kid because I feel like I'd be a lot dumber. But we can bring this back because David Hasselhoff was in the SpongeBob movie. There we go. We did it.
Yeah, there we go. We brought it back.
What are we talking about again? SpongeBob, right?
Yeah, we were
Sponge
talking
out of
about
water.
SpongeBob, and then
That's the one where they all get superpowers, right?
That's the second one.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's not in that one.
Yeah, he's not in
Is
that
he?
one. No, I
But-
don't think so.
He probably is.
You
I
know
bet
they're
he
making
has
a third
cameo.
movie.
Yeah, I heard about that. The show's over. The guy died. Not
Yeah,
Tom
the guy-
Kenny, the creator.
Yeah, the creator died, but they're still making the show because he wasn't even involved after the SpongeBob movie.
Oh, really?
He wanted that to be the finale, but Nick's like, nope, it's our most popular show. So he's like, okay, fuck you.
We need the
And then he
whole
left.
Dan Schneider thing to blow over, so we're just gonna keep making SpongeBob movies. Oh boy.
Supposedly they're making a crossover too, or not a crossover, a spin-off, but that's exactly what the creator never wanted. So they waited until he died, and then like a month later they announced they were doing a spin-off show.
What is it?
It's like a prequel or something. I don't know.
Does it have the characters in it?
Yeah,
All of them?
yeah.
Really?
I don't know how, because in the early seasons, I'm pretty sure that's when they were introducing characters.
But when did?
So that was like when he met them.
But I
so
feel like that's okay with the. Wait, like that's when SpongeBob met Patrick, or that's
No,
when like they
but,
met
like,
everybody else.
there's like some characters that he had never met before that he met like in the first season. So it'd be weird for him to already know them and then to meet them again later in his life.
Yeah,
so
I
it
guess
makes
that's weird.
absolutely no sense.
They're
The
doing.
point is, Nick is terrible.
They're doing another. Yeah, it's pretty bad. They're doing another. They're doing a Monsters Inc. TV show.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure that'll be perfectly okay.
You know what I watched recently? Like,
What?
I just watched it because it was early in the morning. I was like, I'm fine. I watched all of the Buzz Lightyear movie. Buzz Lightyear, like, Adventure of Star Command from, like, 2000, like, the straight-to-DVD Buzz Lightyear movie.
That was a show.
No, there was a movie, and then there was a show
Oh, okay.
afterwards. I watched the movie.
That show was weird.
The movie was
I,
fun.
I remember seeing
I liked it.
It was weird.
Yeah, it was weird, but I liked it.
We're supposed to be talking about Nick Fury.
Yeah. Like, I would rather talk about SpongeBob and
Yeah,
fucking
we just
Dan
went on
Schneider.
we just
weird
went on like a
shit.
15-minute tangent about everything except for Nick Fury because this movie's really boring.
What are the notable parts? All the weird shit Nick Fury says.
Should
David
we talk about the
Hasselhoff is
eyeball
not-
thing? I mean, we've already
Okay.
mentioned it, but
I'll let you do it.
okay. Well, I don't know the context because I wasn't paying attention because I looked up at the screen and then David Hasselhoff is taking out his eye in the corner of a dark room. I don't know why, but all right.
So we can
And
see
then-
the really bad effects.
So
where
at
he
first
takes
I thought
out
it
his
was his actual eye, and I was very confused. And he's like, "No, it's a plastic fake eye." And then he cuts the cord, and he's like, "It's a bomb." And he puts it on a wall, and he's like, "Okay, everybody, stand back." And then he has like a weird pause, like it's supposed to be like a laugh track. And
Yeah.
then he moves to the wall, and then it fucking explodes.
Yeah.
So that's pretty weird.
and it just like murders somebody. It
Yeah.
murders whoever was behind the wall. Oh my god, you know what was fucking great actually? The bit when that projection was happening, like
Oh
there's
my
that moment.
fucking god.
It's like it's a clone of the Shield
director.
director guy, and he comes out. Well, I think his mouth opens up, and we were both expecting some weird sort of like Howard the Duck like stop motion thing to
Yeah.
happen. That's what I was expecting.
And then
anyway.
he was just a projector.
It was a projection, a 3D like hologram of Viper's face,
And then she's
spinning
like
around.
something evil villain stuff.
I'm gonna blow up the World Trade Center.
And then she disappears, and then the clone lights on fire. I
He
thought it was gonna
explode.
Well, it doesn't really explode.
But,
I thought
but
it was gonna
he,
explode,
like
but
he explodes off of him, and like his limbs are coming off and shit. It's
yeah,
fucking
pretty much it's falling apart, and then it lights on fire.
because it was a life model decoy.
And then in the background, there's just a guy with a fire extinguisher, and it's just like,
It's just
and
like
it's out.
it's hilarious. It really is like comedic, but it's not supposed to
They
be.
just got like one of like the stunt people.
Yeah,
that
the
were
production
working on-
assistant, exactly. That was a highlight. Another highlight is towards the end, like just that fight. That fight is hilarious, and then fucking Arnim Zola gets the gun,
Oh yeah.
and this is the end of the movie. I don't care. This is gonna be a fucking 50-minute episode probably. I'm sorry, but whatever. We'll talk more
We're
about
just
SpongeBob
jumping
at the
around
end.
because this movie's dumb.
Yeah, you're never gonna need to know what
We've
happened
said it so
in
many
this
times,
movie.
and you're never gonna see it because you literally can't unless
It's
you want to watch it in
in-
Hindi on the internet.
In like 1080p somehow.
No, it wasn't in 1080p. I think it was
really?
still in really shitty like 144p quality.
Well, you know what's weird? There's like 1080p, like there's like HD production stills from this movie, and like so just fucking shoot the movie with that camera.
Yeah.
I know those kind of cameras can't shoot film. I know it's different back then, but it's not like a DSLR can shoot a fucking movie now. But do something, like fucking ask that guy where he got his equipment. And where everybody else in Hollywood got their fucking
Because it was the 90s and movies weren't being shot in fucking
It
144p.
was being shot, well, not 144p, just being shot digitally.
Or, yeah.
And when you
whatever.
shoot in digital, like film, the reason that it's good to shoot on film is with every new format, a film adapts to it so it looks better. And so like that's why you can have movies from the 40s, like you can have Casablanca look like 1080p now. It's because it's shot on film. When you have something shot on digital, that's a format, that is a digital format that is always going to look the way that you shoot it. So whatever digital lens you shoot it through, it doesn't matter if it's optical or whatever,
It's gonna
especially
look
if
shitty
it's
in
optical.
like 10 years.
It is. It's going to look shitty really soon. Moral of the story is, yes, it's expensive, but shoot on film if you want your thing to last. A lot of TV shows don't shoot on film because the way it was when they were in their streaming services, it's like this will air once and then never again. But of course now
Whoever
everything
wants
does.
on a streaming service, it's everyone who wants to see it will watch it, and then it'll be forgotten forever.
Yeah, well, that's how it is. I mean, no, not really now. Now, since it's streaming and it's always there,
Yeah.
it's more like, okay, well, now I know what every episode of Twin Peaks looks like. But it's not like that. Like when you're fucking filming an episode of Welcome Back, Kotter or whatever, you're like, okay, this will air tonight. There'll be a rerun. That's it. No, because now everything is format, Blu-ray, digital. It's all over the place. We're selling you a fucking huge box set.
We're selling you 3 copies of the same movie
Every
in one
episode
box.
of The Office. But like that's why this looks so shitty, I think. And also because it was filmed off somebody's VHS and then onto a DVD from fucking 1998 tube TV. That was my lecture about formats. What else happens? Arnim Zola, he gets a gun. He's like this old man, and he's
tasers
just
himself.
breathing into this fucking cancer thing. And fucking Nick Fury has the gun from Skyfall, from the James Bond film Skyfall. In Skyfall, Q gives James he gives James Bond a gun that only he can fire. In this movie, Nick Fury is given a gun that only he can fire. This movie was in 1998. Skyfall was in 2012. So that's a bit odd. But that's what happened.
They never explain like what happens if anyone else shoots it.
Yeah,
and
but
it
then
just
we
kinda
see what happens. So Arnim Zola is gonna shoot him, and then he's like, "You underestimate me. You think I'm a frail old man or whatever."
And then
it's
he
like,
is a frail old man.
And then he gets
'cause
electrocuted.
And then he rolls down the stairs backwards.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming he died because he's not in the rest of the movie. So I'm assuming he
think
rolled
he's
down the stairs
probably
to
dead.
his death.
Yeah, I fucking hope
Because
so.
he's like 100 years old.
Well, he's a Nazi. It's fine.
Pretty soon after that scene,
The ending of the film happens.
well, the ending of the movie is kind of disgusting to me because it has some weird implications.
Oh yeah,
But-
yeah, we're not there yet.
For some reason, Viper, in her lair, just has her naked, frozen dad.
Well, we're not talking about that yet, though. We still have to talk about like the 69,
What?
the code 6 or 9.
Oh, I was gonna say the joke.
Oh, which joke? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
So-
fuck that up for you. I thought that we were going, and I thought you were just gonna like say the ending.
No, I
Okay.
was trying to
My bad.
say the,
Sorry,
the
go
really
ahead, go
weird
ahead.
joke. So for some reason, she has her weird, like her old naked dad just in a refrigerator that is kind of an elevator for some reason. 'Cause
Yeah.
she uses it later, but Nick Fury and Viper walk by it at some point. Nick stops and he makes a joke about it being a popsicle because it's her dad, and then she doesn't laugh, so he says, "This is what I hate about the Third Reich. They have no sense of humor." And then he handcuffs her.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's
Who
great.
wrote that joke?
David Esquire.
You're terrible.
All complaints can be wired to him.
It's I don't know if I heard the joke right.
I love that. That's what he hates.
If that's how
about
he
the
says
Third
it,
Reich.
then that's the one thing he hates about the Third Reich is that they don't think that their frozen parents are funny.
Not any
But
of the
everything-
genocide.
Yeah, everything else they did was fine, but just them not thinking that a popsicle joke is funny is what's terrible about them.
Yeah, and like, just generally, there's a lot of weird shit in this fucking movie, thinking back on it. There's, like, guys in morph suits running around.
Oh my
But
god, we
then
didn't
there's-
even mention that.
there's-
So every Nazi in this movie is in a black morph
But
suit.
not every Nazi, because some of them are just in Nazi uniform, like 40s Nazi uniform, like with the hat and with the fucking, like,
Yeah, it's
armband.
not even like a Hydra uniform.
It's
They
a
have
na-
a straight up,
it's
like,
a-
swastika on their armbands.
But some of them have, like, the Nazi uniform, but then the like red armband, but the red armband has the Hydra logo on it. And in fucking, not Madame Hydra, Viper's Lair, there's, like, the red Nazi flags, but they have the fucking, like, Hydra symbol in them.
But why are they in black morph suits?
I don't know. Oh, yeah.
And it's never
Some of them are in
explained either.
morph suits, and one of the main chicks, she's in, like, the X-Men outfit, like the Matrix, X-Men, Underworld, everything from 1990, everything from Barbed Wire to Matrix Reloaded. Like, she's in Revolutions, whatever, fuck you. Sorry, Franny, not you. But she's not this time. She's just wearing, like, head to toe black leather, like
Everyone
did.
is.
God damn it, yeah.
David Hasselhoff is wearing that. That's
Yeah.
his uniform for some reason.
Well, it's just like a leather jacket.
Yeah, it's weird.
And, like, sometimes he's wearing a really gross sweaty shirt, like my shirt right now, because it's super hot in here. Like a sweaty gray shirt, and then just a leather jacket. Which, I mean, yeah, fine, it's what Nick Fury wears, I guess.
And
But
I mean-
also, it's not always, because most of the time he's wearing, like, that blue shield outfit
Yeah, that like
that no one
skin-tight, like,
has in
jumpsuit
this
thing.
movie. Like, I get that looks weird on screen, but...
It would probably make more sense than a leather jacket and like jeans.
And there's no dress code because everyone's wearing something different.
Yeah.
Like, she's wearing the weird black leather, but then fucking Alexander Pierce isn't. He's wearing, like, a flight suit.
Yeah.
And then David Hasselhoff, Nick Fury, he's wearing a
leather jacket.
And then the other chick, I don't even remember what she's wearing. God damn it. At least X-Men, they're all wearing the same thing. There's, like, no essence of them being a team.
They're all just kind of they have the classic action movie shot where they're all in the shadows and they're walking towards the camera.
Oh, yeah, the ending of Batman and Robin and Batman Forever. That's how those movies end, like the bat signal, and then Batman, Robin, and then Batman, Batgirl, and Robin. It's that. It's that fucking thing. And, like, this is 3 years after... This is actually after both of those movies, now that I think about it. Oh, my God. There's that bit when it's Nick Fury and he's fighting Viper at the end. They're fighting. It cuts to something else. And then somehow she has, like when it ended, she was on the ground. But then it cuts to something. It cuts back. And she's, like, built up enough momentum to swing on this rope and do, like, the kick.
Yeah.
Like the John McClane kick into Nick Fury from a rope.
Like, the editing of that fight scene is so terrible because you can't tell what is happening at all.
Yeah. And there's a lot of sped up shit like there was in the Hulk movies.
Just for no reason, it just is.
Next week we get to watch people, like, get injected with serums and explode.
Which
like,
is-
in gory
yeah.
explosions. And, like, fucking... Oh, my God. The opening of Blade is so 90s.
I
It's
can't
so
wait to watch
awesome.
Blade.
It's like a fucking... Have you seen it?
I think I've seen part of it, but
Well,
I've seen, like, all of the
Do you know
really
how it
funny
opens?
shit.
Do you know it opens with a fucking S&M club, but then all the sprinklers are shooting out blood and
Yeah.
Blade shows up and fucking neutralizes a bunch... It's so awesome. Fuck. Oh, I can't wait. We're literally next movie, and we
Next
have made
week.
it. We have made it. Ah.
We got through all the garbage, and now we're gonna watch some
I'm proud of
stuff
us. I thought we would have stopped, honestly, by now. I feel like
Yeah.
we can't stop now.
I
We have to
I
go
would
on
have expected
forever.
us to have given up, like, what was the probably at, like, Doctor Strange.
That was the second movie.
I know, but it was just so bad.
This is probably the project that I've kept up with most out of all the shit
Me
I've
too.
done.
I have, like, no commitment to, like, anything.
Yeah, I've had so many fucking
But-
blogs and YouTube channels
but
and
we've
another
stuck-
podcast, but
we've
this is
stuck
the
to
one
this.
that's actually worked out. And I'm glad it is, because it's probably my favorite project I've
Yeah.
worked on. Ah.
It's, like, the only thing that gives me some kind of a life, so...
Jesus. Yeah, that's okay. Oh my god. Oh shit, you know what got deleted last week? All our, like, thank you to these people that we
Oh
talked
my
about.
god.
Oh, you know what? We actually got a shout out on the best anime movies best animated shows ever so far. Actually, they talked about us, and they talked about how they really enjoyed our Doctor Strange episode.
They talked about us a while ago, but we missed it because we're terrible.
And it's mostly just because I don't maintain the Twitter. I don't maintain my personal Twitter, so like I didn't see it.
If anything, I should probably just keep an eye on it.
Yeah, probably.
Because I don't do anything else.
I've started to more recently because I'm all about the Instagram, so I didn't see that they referenced us. But then I saw that, and that was awesome. And so thank you guys so much. You guys do great work. Also, I listened to some of your episodes. It's really fun. Like they have a great vibe going on. I also want to thank Out of Context Podcast. That's a Twitter account that just
they've been quoting.
They listen to like a bunch of podcasts, and then if they think a quote's funny, they'll just like submit it. And
they've been quoting exposure. A lot of our stuff.
Yeah, because I guess some of the stuff we say is remotely funny, which is great.
I think it's more because it's just insane. Because no sane person would ever say some of the stuff we say.
Because we're losing our fucking minds in this very hot shed, talking about people punching people in leather costumes. That's like our life right now. So that's pretty fucking awesome of you guys for shouting out all our stuff. That's a fun account. They've like, there's some Weekly Planet quotes on there. There's some Do Go On quotes, some Filthy Casual, and those are like the podcasts that made me want to start this podcast. So it's fucking weird to like apparently be not actually in the league in any way,
just very loosely related to them in some way
in that sense. So yeah, that was fucking awesome. Thank both of you guys. It's huge thanks, because that was really great. That made my day when I saw that. It's always so cool to be shouted out by people who have way more talent than you. Who else? Oh, and I of course I want to thank Paul over at the Podcast, because he's probably the number one fan of the show, and he's great. We've been talking a lot about the whole MCU Spidey debate. He's a good person to talk to, and he loves the show. And I'm sorry that I fucked up one of your midnight runs down to the kitchen by blasting 9 to 5 in your ears. he told me that story, and that's the whole thing.
Which I mean, that's kind of what the point of the gag is.
Yeah, Jordan Edwards.
It's just to ruin your day.
Phil Better. Like, there's a lot of awesome fucking people on all sorts of communities who have told us that they enjoy what we're doing, and that's great.
And of course,
that's why we do it.
Even if you don't mention that you enjoy the show, but you do,
as long as you listen,
appreciate it.
That's great. If you listen to one, that's fine. If you heard our name, cool.
If you,
I'll take it.
Just if you enjoyed anything, good. We appreciate it.
Yeah, that's more than we ever expected.
And that's kind of what the point is.
I'm surprised we have 5 listeners. I'm surprised we have 1. Honestly.
Yeah, I'm surprised anybody
we
likes
ramble a lot.
We appreciate anybody that enjoys the show, and anybody that just likes it and leaves comments and everything.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
Awesome.
I mean, yeah, I didn't think that this would pick up in any way. I mean, I'm not expecting I wasn't expecting for this to be the hugest thing or anything.
Oh no, I'm not expecting this to go too far. But
I'll take a few listeners. It's crazy. It's great
cool to have our own little community,
and especially to those people in our community. I'm very sorry that we were gone all month. School started for us also, because we are in high school. Yeah, as you can probably tell from our mannerisms and voices.
If it wasn't obvious, we just ended freshman year.
Yeah, we're
sophomores.
We're sophomores now. So that's a lot of stress on top.
We've had stuff.
But
also Gabe is a fuck up that doesn't know how to manage a computer.
My hard drive, I shouldn't have stolen all that stuff. It's a big mistake. I want to apologize to Sony. I want to apologize to Marvel Comics Publishing Group. I want everybody I've stolen from. I'm very sorry. Gotta eat to live, gotta steal to eat. Tell you all about when I got the time. A great man said that, Gandhi. Back to our regularly scheduled program. What else happens in Nick Fury?
Let's see. We kind of talked about everything. We can talk about the ending. That's pretty much all.
Oh my god. Okay, so they got Viper. She's handcuffed to a thing.
Okay, hold on. This entire movie, Viper is the creepiest character because it seems
Do you mean visually also?
Well, okay, yeah, kind of visually, just something about her face is just off-putting for me. I still can't tell what it is. I think
it's small mouth.
I think it's her mouth.
It's
but
the weird feathered hair.
I really can't tell what it is.
Yeah,
but it kind of seems like she wants to fuck her 100-year-old dead dad, and
he's not dead. He's alive.
He's frozen alive. He's pretty much dead.
Yeah, I guess so.
But at the end of the movie, it gets cranked up to a 20.
But we can't talk about that yet, because we still have to talk about the bomb.
I keep forgetting
That's what
about
I was gonna say.
Okay,
there's a bomb. They need to defuse the bomb. It's gonna missiles. They're gonna go fucking blow up the World Trade Center maybe. And so they're there to stop that. And how they stop it?
They have all the numbers to like the
Well, they had the telepath read Viper's mind to find out the numbers.
and then they couldn't get one last number.
But also, can we talk about the mind reading effect where it's a
God.
fucking it's just like the sizzle of like
It's like a firework.
it's like the wick of a bomb or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's supposed to be. I literally think it's her cracking the safe of her
It's
mind.
something dumb like that.
I think
and
that's
then,
what
like,
it is. You have to think like
it's-
it's Mutant X.
It's
to
between
get into
that
it.
and then cuts of David Hasselhoff just going, "You can do it."
Yeah, you can do it.
And then she eventually gets it.
But the whole time she's like, I don't know if the last digit's a 6 or a
No,
9.
she says it's a 6, and then they put it in, and they're about to, or no, they're like about to enter it, and then she's like, "No, wait, it could have been a 9."
And she's like, are you sure? Are you sure? She
so
keeps saying it.
There's like a minute left until the missiles are about to launch, and they can't decide if it was a 6 or a 9.
Which, you know, I feel like if this was like Lethal Weapon or like a fun action movie like from the 80s and the thing wasn't reading her mind, the thing was like, oh, it's a piece of paper, but he can't remember what the last number is. And like, oh, I think it was a 6. Oh, I think it was 9. Fuck. And they're like, well, do you fucking remember? Like, it was like a Shane Black thing.
If
or
it was
anything
for a
like
joke,
that.
not if it was supposed to be taken
There's
seriously.
a great bit in Army of Darkness where Ash, he's in medieval times, he's like, he has to recite these 3 words to get the Necronomicon back or whatever, and he can't remember the 3rd word when he gets there because the guy's like, oh, these are 3 words. Remember the 3 words. Do not forget these words. It's the only fucking way that you'll get in there. And so he says the first word, he says the second word, and then he can't get the 3rd word. And it's hilarious because he just keeps like making up what the 3rd word is.
Necktie. Nectar. Nickel.
The point is, like, that's a fucking great execution of this joke. Is it a 6? No. Yes. Wait. It's a 9. That's not what you're going for. Like, I kind of think that
And then
might have been what it was, but it wasn't at
They
all.
don't even confirm like what it actually was. They're just like, okay, fuck it, put in the 6,
And they do, and
and then that was
it
right.
works. Sure.
So if they would have listened to her and put in a 9, the World Trade Center would have been. That's terrible and needs to get cut out.
Nope, that one's staying in. I'll probably cut it out. We'll see how I feel on the day.
That definitely needs to get cut out. That's awful.
It's funny, though.
It's funny, but
Put
it's
that
awful.
on your page, Out of Context Podcasts.
Oh god,
That's funny.
that would be the end of the podcast.
Oh, yeah. Whatever. Fuck it.
That's terrible.
Our 30 listeners. They won't know. Some of them will think it's funny. One person will stumble across this because it's the one thing about this movie on the internet. And then, you know, that's also something that I kind of enjoy is because, like, if you type in Captain America 2 Death Too Soon, we're, like, one of the first 10 things that comes up. Because no
there's
one's
only
talked
10
about
things.
because, like, everyone's against Disney right now because the whole Tom Holland debacle. And, yeah, fuck them. But also, like, when somebody's like, oh, we're all boycotting Disney, I'm like, it's our job to not boycott Disney.
Yeah,
like, we have to. It's like how...
I mean, at
it's
least
our job.
At least there's not another Disney movie for like a year, so people will get over it by the time we have to review another Marvel movie.
Well, I think we have to talk about Iron Man like December.
Well,
so.
no, like a
new one. Yeah.
Because I mean, even Iron Man was
It'll
before they
have
even
blown
had it, so-
over by then.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
they're not gonna be mad about it for a year. They'll have made a Spider-Man movie by then.
Yeah,
Venom
no, the
2 will
Disney
be
one.
out and Spider-Man will be in it. And nobody will
No
care
idea.
anymore.
I have no idea when Venom 2 is coming out.
Never. It's gonna be in.
No, it's not the Flash.
It's not gonna be like the Uncharted movie where it loses its 5th director before it even goes into production.
It's another fucking Tom Holland thing.
Yeah,
It's
poor
something
Tom
about him.
Holland.
Yeah.
He's going through a lot right now.
Yeah, it's so tough. He didn't want to go, but he's gone. He's gone. I could not have told you this when Infinity War came out that we would see him come back and then one movie and then never again.
I couldn't have told you that Peter Parker's identity would have been revealed to the entire world and then it would never get resolved.
I love everyone on like Reddit and Instagram who's like, oh yeah, in one movie there'll be a throwaway line about how they lost the kid or whatever, and that's it, because that's exactly what they'll say. I think we talked about the movie for 10 minutes in this 1 hour podcast.
Can't wait for them to have a funeral for Spider-Man. Like he died off screen.
But they can't show any photos of him.
Yeah.
They have to be like, oh, it's the kid's funeral. Who?
They can't even
the kid.
They can't even show the tombstone because it has Peter Parker on it, and they can't use the name.
No, the tombstone will say the kid. They'll know.
No, the tombstone will. Oh wait, it can't say Spider-Man either.
No.
It'll say
Here
Spider
lies
Guy.
Spider-Man. Night Monkey.
Oh yes, I've been seeing posts about people saying Spider-Man can still be in the MCU as long as they call him Spider Monkey.
You mean Night
Or
Monkey?
Night Monkey,
I think
whatever.
they should do it. Call him Night Monkey. He never takes the mask off, but it is Tom Holland. 'Cause they can do that. They're not. They're not. They can legally use Tom Holland,
And they can legally use Night Monkey
but he
because it was
can't
their thing.
swing on webs. But also, Night Monkey was in a
I mean,
Sony
technically
movie.
he can because it's not Spider-Man. He's Night Monkey, not Spider-Man.
That's real. Oh my god.
It's real thin ice.
It
but
really is. Like I'd do it. I'd fuck with him. Whatever.
Just make a Night Monkey reference in every MCU movie after, just to fuck with Sony.
Just
like,
very
you can't do
blatant,
anything about
very
it.
blatantly, like almost like the reporter almost calls him Spider-Man. Like,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, Night Monkey, aka Spider, and then they turn off the TV.
Yeah.
I'd love that. It'd be great. Something like that, because I really want, like, yeah, it's Disney's fault, but I do want them to be like, here's a little fuck you, Sony, because I mean, like, you could have just said no, and then we would have been like, all right. Maybe they wouldn't have. I don't know. I don't feel bad. The thing is, like, people are like, oh, blame Disney, oh, blame Sony. It's like, I don't fucking care, because they're both multi-billion-dollar corporations. I have no sympathy for them.
I kind of feel bad for Sony, because, like, they didn't really do anything wrong, but at the same time,
no, I do.
they're not going to lose anything from
yeah,
it.
well, that's how I feel. It's like, whenever something like this happens, I'm like, yeah, but they have billions of dollars. Like, I don't feel bad for them. They're not, like,
Sony's going to make
not a
Spider-Man
human
4.
thing.
like,
of course I want to see more Tom Holland in the MCU, and I feel bad for Tom Holland, but I feel bad for Kevin Feige, because he's getting a lot of fucking heat for
even
this.
though I don't think he had a say in it.
He's never done anything wrong in the history of his whole career that starts in X-Men, so then we'll finally be able to talk about Kevin Feige movies, and I think he produced every single one after that, or executively produced for a while, and then eventually became the main producer. But
Kevin
like,
Feige's great.
he's fucking great. He's like one of the most uncorrupt people in Hollywood.
And I feel like he doesn't get enough credit.
No, he doesn't. I should be Kevin Feige for Halloween. And then send it to him, because I feel like that could get retweeted, because no one has ever probably done it.
All you have to do is wear a Marvel Studios hat, and that's about it.
Oh yeah, I know. Also, it'll cost. Well, it's a Disney product, so it'll cost fucking $100 for that hat. I'll just steal it off his head. Is he bald?
Has anybody ever seen him without a hat?
No, I have. I just can't remember. I think he has hair on the sides.
Yeah, I think he might have like that weird like.
The Lobot.
Are we gonna go
That's
back
a Star
to Nick
Wars
Fury?
reference. There's nothing else in that.
There's the ending, and that's it.
Oh yeah,
And then-
you do really want to talk about her fucking her dad, don't you?
I mean,
You love
that's
it.
all we can talk about.
Franny was jerking off when that happened. It was really disgusting. Wish I didn't take all those pictures. Look at the Instagram page.
they'll only be up for an hour.
Screenshot them all you can. That's weird.
Yeah, that's very weird.
Whatever, I'll say it again, motherfucker. You shouldn't have taken your dick out. Oh my god, what's happening?
You want to just rate the movie and get it over with?
No, you can talk about the Lana Del Rey music video part where he's just fucking old men.
What?
You know, every Lana Del Rey music video is like a fucking old man.
I did not know about that.
Oh, it's not really. She gets a bad rap. I like her. Did you hear her song like 2 days ago?
No.
It's really good.
I just assumed it was like edgy Tumblr girl trash.
She's not Billie Eilish though. There's a huge difference.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think she's a lot better because she's not like sellout by nature. She's just like happened to become very famous, and then her music was cloned by every other edgy Tumblr girl. I don't think she's like that. It's important. This is why are we talking about this?
Because we spent an hour talking about everything other than Nick Fury.
And I've had a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah.
This has been a good one. Hopefully it doesn't get deleted. So you can talk about it. You can talk about the sugar daddy scene.
Okay, well, Viper gets away with her dad.
There was a second nuclear bomb. There was another like backup switch for the bomb.
Oh yeah, that was weird. And then did nothing happen with that?
Yeah. So they defeated the first timer.
They defeated the first timer.
Sorry, fuck, whatever. They
defused.
They defuse. Thank you, Franny. You're very generous. I'm falling apart. So they defused the first. They used like the first override code, and then there's like another override code.
It's like a 15-second timer.
So I was thinking like, what if one of the Nazis or one of the Hydra agents was like, you know what? Never mind. Let's call it off. So they defuse it with the override code, and then they have to defuse the second override code. Like that's just it's like in any video game where it's like, I guess the bad guy has to go to work by going over the moat of lava every day. Like it's I don't know. It's like that. It's ridiculous. Anyway, you can talk about the thing that you really wanted to talk about. Indifference. I love it.
I mean, that's just kind of my entire existence. It's just indifference.
I'll take it.
Alright, well, Viper escapes with her weird dad, and they're just in this, like, weird bunker, I don't know what they're talking about, but she's very creepily close to his face.
And he's entirely naked.
He's like hugging her from behind, and it's weird.
Oh yeah, because they're in the same. So he's in like that in like Civil War. There's all those like pods that have all the different like Winter Soldier
Captain
people
America
in it.
pod.
Yeah, the Captain America pod kind of. Yeah, it's one of those, but he's cryogenically frozen in it, naked, and then so she gets in it to get away, and then it's a secret elevator that goes down the stairs, and so Nick Fury says, "Oh, they must be halfway to China right now." Assessing that the only thing where that could have gone is through the center of the earth. Like, I guess he has like a fucking kindergartner idea of how tunnels work.
I wouldn't be surprised.
And so after that, then the thing happens.
Then the thing happens.
That's the explanation for the weird...
I don't remember what they talk about, but then they walk off and they're doing their evil laugh, and then the movie just abruptly ends and it goes straight to commercials.
And we
like,
were
without
kind of
fading.
amazed that that's how it ended. That it ended with nothing.
Yeah, like there wasn't even like a fade to black. It was literally just up next, friends.
It was
in silence.
It was a setup for another episode of a TV show, but there's no account on the entire internet that I could find of this being a pilot. This is just a TV movie.
Wait, no, didn't it not go straight to commercials? It just went to blue. It just went to a blue screen. That's why you thought there was more. It did something, and either way, it was weird.
There's two reasons I thought that there was more. One, because everywhere on the internet says it's 2 hours, and I think that's just because they saw that on the DVD and were like, okay, without ever having seen it. So I really don't think anyone's seen this except that one guy on IGN. The other reason I thought that was because I was pretty sure when I checked to see if the DVD even worked, I went to, because I heard it was either an hour and a half and 2 hours, and so I went to like the 1 hour 50-minute mark, and I thought there was something, but I guess I clearly didn't because there was nothing. So that's my fault, but I just want to explain why I thought that, but I was wrong. I was very wrong, and I totally would have waited through all of that. Oh man, rest in peace, our Generation X episode.
Yeah.
And you know, that makes me feel really disingenuous because then it isn't every Marvel movie ever, but we try. Like, at least through this journey, we've seen every Marvel movie
yeah,
ever.
but
It's not like we just didn't
If
do
it really bothers us that much, then we can do the episode again. I'm sure we
never want to talk about that again. That was
I mean,
literally
me too,
our lowest rated thing.
Oh, yeah, it was... So, I guess we should just say it here, since...
I guess so.
It's never going to be heard. I said it was worse than Dark Phoenix.
Yeah,
because it was
just
awful.
because Dark Phoenix is so much more like bland and boring, but Generation X is
like
so
offensive and
it's so mean spirited.
It's boring and offensive.
Yeah, it sucks.
It's like a 2.
Yeah, it's really shitty, and the main villain just does a Jim Carrey impression and like does lots of weird like slang to like the Mexican kid, and it's really weird.
And he says that he'll telepathically rape his sister or something.
Who's like 8 years old, and then he licks her.
Yeah, and then he licks her. He makes an entire office of
people shit their pants.
Yeah.
God damn it. That was a good episode.
That was a good episode, and I'm sad.
Pisses me off. That sucks. Well, this was a nonsense episode.
Yeah, this episode was a
whole lot of
You got
to hear us talk about Mortal Kombat and SpongeBob, so...
Aren't you glad that we're back?
We're back, guys! We're back, and we're never going away like that again.
We probably will.
If this episode's deleted, you'll never hear it. But you know what? Whatever. We'll probably say that in every other episode, and we'll never have another one out, because they'll all be deleted. We're done, I guess.
Create a Patreon. Get people to give us money for a new computer so that we can actually make episodes.
Oh boy, yeah. Yeah, fuck it. We're not going towards equipment or DVDs or anything. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. We're back. This was the most disjointed episode somehow. But
give this
I'm not
a 4 out of apologizing.
10. I give it like
throwing it out.
like a 4 or 5, whatever. It's fine. You know, like I mean, it's
4
bad.
exploding fake plastic eyes out of 10.
5 hating the Third Reichs because they have no sense of humor out of 10.
4 popsicles out of 10.
3 Reichs out of 10. 10 out of 10, not Call of Duty. I guess that's it from us.
Yeah.
You can email us at marvelmoviepod@gmail.com. You can find us on Instagram and what will now hopefully be our more active Twitter at marvelmoviepod.
I'll probably start keeping an eye on it.
Probably should. I mean, I have been more since I realized, we should probably look into that format too. Yeah, but... You know, whatever. You can find this podcast on Google Podcasts, on Spotify, on iTunes, wherever you're listening to it right now. Of course, you can find it on YouTube if you're listening to this on YouTube, or if you're listening to it anywhere else, subscribe if you're listening to it on YouTube. Leave a comment, like this video.
On
Go to all our other
else,
videos,
give
like
it a
all that
review.
stuff. Give it a nice review on iTunes. I'd love to see some reviews coming in. That would always be great. You can find me on Instagram at FlipDegg. You can find me on Twitter at FlipDegg, but the E in egg is a 3. Franny, he's a top secret SHIELD agent. He's got one eye, and a cigar chomping badass with a real attitude.
Sure I am.
He made that 9/11 joke that I may or may not cut out, and that's why they literally don't let him have any social media, because he will absolutely post his 9/11 conspiracies.
Absolutely.
He's probably
so many.
He's probably pretty mad that I've gone with this as the outro and I can't cut it now.
It's so hard to keep it out of the podcast.
I don't know how you do it.
I don't know either.
You should have heard our Generation X episode. It was like 3 hours of talking about steel beams and 30 minutes about talking about mutants. So
yeah, pretty much.
It's crazy. Sorry. Sorry about that one. But that's how it is forever now. All right, thank you so much. It's so good to be back. We love doing this, and we will see you guys next week finally.
With an actual movie.
Oh my god, Blade, guys, we did it. Definitely watch that before we get that episode out, because that is a fun time.
It only took how many weeks?
4, maybe?
It didn't take 4 weeks. We haven't watched 4 movies.
What? Oh, shit. Sorry, I thought you meant how many weeks since we've gotten back.
No,
we. Oh my god. I think this is episode...
This
is episode 17.
Are you sure about that?
Positive.
Would you bet money on that?
I would bet you that all your 9/11 conspiracies are wrong on that. He's checking, guys. He doesn't believe me. We have 16 episodes. This will be 17, but you have to subtract the MCU and the
Because
interview.
I'm a terrible co-host.
He's looking it up on the pod.
I have no idea how many episodes we have.
Because I had to make a channel art for the Nick Fury episode today for YouTube, so that's how I know. But if you subtract the 3 2019 movies we talked about and the Ed Gale interview, then we've only done 12, I think. And this is the 13th one. So the 14th movie is finally a real movie. And Franny's realized I was right and should fucking kill himself.
Technically, this is the 18th because the last one got lost.
Yeah,
so you were still
that's
wrong.
gone forever, Franny. You gotta learn to let things
still
go.
means you're wrong.
What does Kylo Ren say?
I don't know. I didn't.
Destroy the past.
Okay. Well.
Kill it if you have to.
Well, I didn't watch any Star Wars movies with Kylo Ren in them, so I didn't know that.
No one's ever really gone.
No one's ever really gone.